Okay, let's go. Let's go. Hey, let's onegaishimasu.
Onegaishimasu.
Okay, very good. We'll just start a little bit loosening off again. So just working on the vertical. Keep the body nice and loose. Okay. And just working the body front and back. The body swing, keeping the arms loose. Holy shit. What's that? Okay, great. Okay, working side to side. And just keep the arms nice and loose. And just rotating through the body. And let the arms loose again. Okay, that's just working with a wave through the spine. And just let the arms follow the movement. Just let it work all the way from the tailbone to the top of the head. Okay, good. We're just working a few swinging exercises. So keep the feet shoulder width apart, just raising the arms up and just letting them swing down dropping through the body. Release through the knees. Just feel the weight sink down into the ground. And keeping a nice sense of length in the spine. Good. That's nice. Okay, good. And then the second one, again, keeping the feet shoulder width apart. Hands come out to the side and just twisting through the spine. Let one hand come up to the shoulder and the other just comes to the lower back. The sense of a heaviness in the arms. And up and then over. And just let the hand make contact with the shoulder. Good. That's it. Good. Very good. Okay, last one's for the shoulders. So this is working in 2 circles. So one hand goes forward, one hand goes back. Just let them drop down to the sides and then up. As the arms go down, just let the weight sink down. Down. So. And then just change the direction so the other hand goes forward. Okay, just loosen the body up at the top. Just nice smooth circles with the head. Good, into the shoulders, working backwards. Nice big circles. And going forwards. And then just alternating one side back, one side at a time. Okay, good. Into the hips. Nice big circles. Both ways. Down to the knees. Tight circles. And both ways. Stretching the knees back. And bending down, sinking down. Oh, yes. And again, stretching the knees back. And down. Good. Okay, just working one leg. Sink the weight into the opposite leg. And work the ankle. Okay, and just work the toes a little bit. And the ball of the foot. Good. And then just holding it off the ground, working with circles. Good. Pointing the toes out. And pulling the toes up. And just alternating between the two positions. And the other side. Working in circles. And working the toes. And the ball of the foot, just pressing into the ground. And then off the ground, circling your foot. And then pointing, pulling the toes up. Yeah, okay, good. Just do a little bit for the shoulders, so just letting them come across the body. Open out to the side. Good. And just holding it across the front. And change sides. Taking the wrist, stretching the arm over the top. And change sides. Okay, good. Okay, taking the wrist over the back. Just stretching the arm across the back. And change sides. Good. Okay, taking the fingers together, stretching up through the shoulder blades. Okay, let's work in the wrist to the front. Either way. And pressing the fingers out nice and fast. Extend through the fingertips. Good, and then closing, making fists. Nice and fast. Good, and just shake the hands out at the top. Just shaking the front and back, and just bring the legs as well. Good, and letting them roll down at the bottom. Just keeping yours nice and loose. Okay, good. And just keeping the feet flat, letting the whole body shake. And just slowly coming to a still. Okay, good. Take a BOKKEN. A little bit of sword work. Okay. Let's see. Good. Great. Good. Okay, good. We'll just start with a little bit of swinging. So just again, shoulder width apart, like we did before. Just coming into the bag and just dropping the sword through. Just let yourself find the spine and then really releasing through the knees. Keep the spine nice and long. Nice and relaxed across the shoulders and the chest. Really let yourself find the back nice and long and then dropping through. Down. Really take a few moments here at the top and also at the bottom. Just let the body drain down. Just feel the weight sink into the ground. Down. 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 Good. Yeah, and also play in this case because of the shoulders. Play with also just releasing one hand, so you can do either side, and just keep this feeling that the shoulders stay nice and wide. So one of the things you want to avoid is really closing the shoulders in this kind of position. So just for now, just let it swing right through. Just let the body really settle into the ground. So you get to a nice still position with the hips just feeling like they impact into the ground. Drop. drop. So really just release the cut totally. Just swings through. Yeah. Jab. That's it. That's it. Good. That's it. Nice, nice, nice. Good. Okay, good. And then just placing the sword down. So just taking it down to the side. You just want to aim for kind of horizontal position with the ground. So in this case, really just let the sword settle down into the hip work. So the hips come down. Sword just settles in. Again, you want to feel nice and solid at the end of it. And just letting the sword really pass through the vertical. Right through the spine. Good. That's nice. So nice. Okay, good. And then just focusing into the cut with the hands. So let the body drop down and just find the focus with the hands. Nice and solid with the hip. Just let the sword slot into the hip work. Down. Yeah. So. Good. Good, we just do the same thing in handling, so bringing the right side forward. In this case, again, finding the back, really bring the back foot back, the front foot back, and then just bringing the sword through. So now letting the hips really take this triangular stance. Right to the back, feel nice and long in the spine, and then just drain it down, keeping the length in the spine as you go. And again, just let the weight settle right into the ground. Good. And again, just let the sword settle down into a horizontal position. So, and feel the hips sink in, and then the sword just rests. So if you're kind of laying it down on a table in front of you, down, down. You really want to get the feeling like the sword's hitting the ground. So from the feet into the hips and into the hands. Feeling of everything just sinks down. Yeah, that's it. Good, good. That's it. Great, and again, just bring in the focus. So, again, find the feet, the hips, and then just let the hands focus in with the cut. Good. Okay, good. We're just going to a Zengo Giri, cutting front and back. The first one in the right side, all the way to the back, and then cutting on the left side. And alternating right side and left side. And just let the sword raise up through the center of the body, dropping the hips down as you land the cut. So just keeping the hips engaged all the way through in the cut.
May I ask one thing about this?
Oh, of course. Go ahead, Ron.
When I move my feet, when I turn around,
Yeah.
is it a movement that I'm, that's a second foot who is in front, that I do lift it again and then sink down? Or is it that it should be more stable after the turn? Do you know what I mean?
Show me. Let me see.
Oh, my question is, can you show the footwork again, please?
Yeah, sure. Just try. You want to make it really simple. So if you've got this position, you've got the cut in. This foot basically stays compressed down, and then you're going to release this foot. Take the compression to this leg, and then this one comes over. It opens out. So you go 1,
Okay.
2. Make it as simple as possible. So just feel that compression through. See that? So you want to release it, and just think that the footwork's going to release the hips. So I want to feel that the hips can open out, hips can open out, hips can open out. But just try and make it as simple as possible. Yeah. You want to preserve that, again, that sense of weight down through the cut here. Got the weight in the back. Keep it and rotate through it. Keep it, rotate through it. Think about also when we do these kind of Marotadori movements or Kleine Henker, where you've got weight in one leg as you rotate in.
Great, Michael. This is more than enough for my simple brain.
Okay,
thanks.
good. Super. Good. Yeah, it's quite easy to get caught in the arms. So just really, again, play with these 3 levels where you're also just allowing the sword to just swing through. Again, you want the priority to be the lower body. So if I start to get caught up in the arms, there's 2 places I can really get caught out: when I start the rotation coming up into the arms, and when I initiate the cut. So just get the feeling that when you send the cut down, you're really finding the ground. And then as you're drawing the sword over, that movement's really going to be released from the ground. So let the feet and the lower body do all the heavy work, and let the arms just keep that feeling of just sinking through. And then that same feeling you've got when you focus in, let the sword really have the sense that it's hitting the ground as it goes in. So you're going to hit into the ground and you're going to spiral up out of the ground as you make the cut. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So you want to make the priority first, really the downwards, feeling down. That's it, good. That's it, nice. That's it. That's great. Okay, we'll just do 2 more cuts here. So working the other 2 points. You've got the right side, the left, and then you're going to take the left foot over. You're going to cut to the back side. So we just do 4 cuts, and then back onto the left side this way. So you're doing right side, left side cut in the diagonal, and then back this way. You've got 4 cuts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7. That's it. Nice. Okay, good. So just play with that third cut. So in this case, you can do this left side or right side. It's always going to come from the front leg. So that movement, and it's going to be released from the front leg. So you do this left side or right side, and play with the angles as well. So you can do this in a really big way, or you can just do it in a kind of shorter way. Again, just see, it's an extension of the footwork you do when you do the 𝒍𝒊𝒂𝒕. So you release the foot, place it down, and then press it down. It's the same thing here. You release the foot, press it down, and then find the cut. So just play with this idea that the front foot's nice and free. So compressing down there, release it, and there, release it, and there. Just play with it a little bit. That footwork from 𝒍𝒊𝒂𝒕 just basically opens out. Like the hip just swings across the body. That's it, nice. That's it, great. That's it, great. Very nice. Okay, then just explore moving from the back leg. So you've got the front foot down now into the cut, release the back leg, and then let the body rotate through. Again, you can play with the angle of the rotation. You can do a nice big movement here all the way through, or you can just go to the back, so it will be like stepping through and rotating through. So again, just feel that you release one leg and really find the ground with the rotation. And again, you can do this left side or right side. Just think the back leg's going to free itself, and then you find the rotation, and then you find the cut. You just want to really feel nice and free to move in any direction, any angle. That's it. Nice. So just explore different varieties now. So working with 𝒂, rotating through. You can rotate off the front foot, find this angle. You can rotate from the back leg, finding another angle. Just explore different cutting. Just try and simplify it, keep it nice and easy. You're just working with a 𝒊𝒏𝒕𝒔 straight through the spine. You just feel that the feet are free to move in any direction. Good. Okay, good. We'll work with the 𝒕𝒉𝒂𝒕, so nice and simple. Just keep it on the ground, keep it on the spot for now. And just let the sword swing through, so you're just really coming back to this idea of just letting the lower body take priority. And keeping the arms nice and loose. So you're going to come up to the top of the head, let it come down. And just work on this feeling that it's one movement. The feet come together, and then you send them back. Send the foot back. Together, back. Back, and just really focusing on the center of the body. And just really letting the weight sink down all the way through the movement. As you raise, let the weight drain down through the body. And then just let it sink straight down. Yeah, good. Good, good, good. And the real difference now is in the hip work. So if you think of the back hip and the tip of the sword, they're going to kind of go in. So you're going to let that movement transfer into the sword. So let that hip work basically send the sword in a circle. Send the sword circularly. So feel that connection between now the tip of the sword and the hips. That. Just play with it. You've got really that coming through. Set. Good, good, good. Good, and then just work with a step, so doing both left side, right side. Let the sword come in, and then again, just let it drain down into the ground. So really again, prioritize the lower body. Let the sword pass through in a circular way. And again, you can do left side or right side. Just let it go right the way through. So again, the priority is letting the weight just settle into the ground. just imagine you want to land the full weight of the body into the movement. So just watch for these moments where I'm kind of, something like this can happen, where I basically get pulled out, especially in the chest and the neck. So allow the spine to stay long, but just let the weight drain down straight into the legs. So the body should, from the kind of top up, from the hips up, just drains through. So this part of the body stays relatively kind of static through the movement. And I just want to place it into the hips. I kind of feel it, but just watch. You don't want to feel like the upper body gets kind of disrupted in the neck, in the chest. So just feel that everything hits the ground as you go in. Hits the ground. So good. There we go. That's good. Good. And the same thing, just bring the focus in. So just coming through, you're going to just let the focus come in. You do left side, right side. Again, keep the feeling that the weight's really settling down through the curve. Through the curve. And if you've got space, you can do repetitions. You can just do one at a time. And the key is don't let the arms take over. Let the body really move as one piece from the center. So. Okay, good. And just work with two cuts. So you've got the ground here. You can start with the right side or left side. You're going to work in one and then into the second one. And just start to get this feeling, you're going to feed off the first attack and go into the second. So again, it's about compressions in the feet and just sending that movement up into the hands. So really, again, feel that the feet release the sword. You find the ground, you find the ground here. So just work with two cuts. And again, you can start left side or right side. It's the same. And just so that you impact into the ground and then it feeds into the next movement there. That's it. That's it. Yeah, just play with it rather than focus on the swing, focus on the raise. So you want to have this sensation that as you go here, it's like the body gets pulled through and the sword's going to go. So you want to feel really that the body's moving from the center, from the hips. So the big problem with this is that it starts to go into the arms and then the body's trailing behind the arms. So try and get the sensation here that the body's really coming up. And you want to feel that as the body presses in, it's going to raise the sword. So rather than focus on the slicing movement of the cut, just on that raise, that was in the arms. So you want to get this feeling there that the sword gets kind of thrown up by the center. Just play with it a little bit. Yeah. Really want to get the movement out of the arms. There. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Good. Okay, good. So bring the thrust into it. So just do this nice and simply. You're going to step back, raise up the sword, bring the body through, cutting down, and then you're going to step through on the left side with the thrust. So it's working with number 7. Rolling back, nice and high with the sword, just above the head. Sink the hips in, and then find the ski on the left side with that thrust. So you go back, raise up, cut, thrust. And just keeping that connection to the ground all the way through. Good. Good. And again, just bringing it together. So again, really feel that now the cut feeds, the ski feeds off the cutting movement. So again, really driven by the hips. So just keep the sensation that the hips drive the movement. And the hands are just going to follow with the sword. Drop the weight. Press in this way. Whoosh, yeah. Very good. Great, good. Okay, last couple of minutes. Just play freely with cutting. So again, you've got these movements we did before, rotating through. Come in with these yokomen movements over the side. You've got to thrust. Just mix them all in together. Again, just keeping again the priority is the lower body. So really working with settling through the cut into the ground. And just feel that you can move in any direction freely. Great. Okay, good. And then last 30 seconds, so just play with chaining 2 or 3 movements together again. So just let them come together, find a kind of natural pause, and then go to another set. Be really short. Just let them come together, and then find another set each time. So just 2, 3 movements, just trying to chain them all together, nice and flexibly. Good, good. Very good. Okay, we'll start there. Nice. Bow out. Domo. Arigato. Gozaimasu.
Domo. Arigato gozaimasu.
Okay, there we go.
Thank you.